And welcome back to Who Would Win. Today's Who Would Win comes to us from Cyrus Hill. Ask the question, who would win a fight? Hiei from Yu Yu Hakusho versus, I want to get this guy's name right if I can. Feitan? Feitan from Hunter x Hunter? Now I'm going to get people, I got people who got on my case for, you clearly doesn't read, it's clearly always doesn't watch or read Black Clover, because Asta would totally beat this guy's butt. I don't watch or read Hunter x Hunter. That's another one a lot of people ask me to get to start up on. I'd like to be at least fully caught up on think words here. My Hero Academia before I start another one. I'll do my best to get into that one as well, because that's another big one a lot of people have asked for. But yes, I've never watched or read Hunter x Hunter, so please take everything I say with a grain of salt from a guy researching it who clearly doesn't know what he's talking about and all that. Moving on. Yu Yu Hakusho, however, I did watch and have grown up on, so I do know Hiei. So I had to look up this guy's abilities. So who would win a fight? Well, he obviously is a fire demon, oddly enough born to an ice demon, well, apparition, technically they're demons, because she actually went and got pregnant the natural way, not giving birth the way that their kind do. They give birth once naturally, like just immaculate, and she actually got pregnant instead by a human. So wait. Or no, it was a fire demon, wasn't it? She went a man, yeah, because otherwise Hiei would be half human, so it had to be a fire demon. Because I remember that line. I was like, wait, that didn't make sense. But Hiei is by the end of the series an S rank apparition who is equal in strength to Yusuke Urameshi, who is considered to be a planetary threat. Now, people always get on my case for this, and I'll say it again. In the confines of Demon World, they're not planetary threats. In the confines of human world, they are planetary threats. They even addressed this, and I know Death Battle isn't the most reliable thing these days. They're a little biased. Generally speaking, though, the result seems to be in most times the audience's favor, so take that for what it is. But they reference that the foundations of the demon world are much stronger than the foundations of the human world, which is why demon world can take the power of those S-class demons far easier. And in the demon world, they're not considered a planetary threat, whereas in the human world, they are. So that's it's an apples to oranges scenario there. It's like one case they are, one case they're not. But anyway, Hiei, though, for all intent and purposes, is technically a planetary level threat. He can move far faster than the eye can see. I can't remember exactly how fast he can move, because that's never calculated unless you want to go with Death Battle, which a lot of people find they're biased, so take that for what it's worth. I don't think he moves quite at light speed, but he moves extreme fast, far faster than the speed of sound. I can guarantee you that. Strength-wise, he is definitely stronger than the average person, much stronger. But where his physical strength actually lies, that's a bit up in the air when we really break it down. Where his physical strength really ends up. He's capable of easily overpowering a human, though, no problem whatsoever. Durability-wise, he can take a lot of punishment. Being a fire demon, he's immune to pretty much any form of fire and heat. And highly resilient, though not immune to things like ice, electricity, wind, that kind of stuff. He's also equipped with a blade. He's a master swordsman, but he's also equipped, obviously, with the Jigan Eye, which is an artificial eye implanted in him, which gives him access to many things, including illusions, able to break out of illusions, and allowing him to access the darkness flames. As well as being, I don't know if the Jigan lets him tap into the mortal flame, but he can tap into the mortal flame of the human world as well. The fists of the mortal flame are flame-enhanced fists, which can easily break through stone. Obviously, though, his best-known technique is the Dragon of the Darkness Flame, where he creates a giant dragon of hellfire, and it's semi-sentient, and therefore he launches at the opponent and consumes them and incinerates them. He can fire multiples, and he can fuse with the dragon to maintain all the strength of the dragon inside of his body. And he also can channel black flame through his sword. Now, Hiei has been defeated multiple times, though. He's not invincible. He lost straight out to Yusuke in their first confrontation. Technically speaking, Hiei has never actually lost a fight in the Dark Tournament. When you actually break it down, Hiei is the only guy, I think, who didn't lose a legitimate fight in the Dark Tournament, sans Yusuke. Because he beat Zero and Team Ryukai. He didn't fight against Team Iritogi, I think it was. Then Team, what was it? Team Shinobi was Jin Tayuya. He didn't participate in that fight at all, so you can't say he lost that fight. Oh god, the ones who used all the gimmicks and techniques. He beat two of his opponents in that, and then he was never drawn for another fight. And then he beat Bui, so he actually never lost the fight in the Tournament of Power. That said, though, he did get his soul taken out by a little human nerd, and the Sensui arc lost to Sensui. Lost to Makuro as well. So he has win-loss records pretty good, but he's not invincible. Now, okay, I want to see if I can pronounce this guy's name right. Feitan? I'm going to go with Feitan. That sounds right. And Feitan Portar. Or Portor. Or Porter. Maybe that's how this is pronounced. I actually have the information up here, so I figured that'd be more advantageous if people know what I'm referencing here. He is apparently the de facto leader of Phantom Troop until Krullo's return. Personality-wise, he's his speech usually consists of a few words, poor grammar. When angry, he speaks a language of unknown origin, different from common language of the world. So, I mean, he's very cold-natured. He's apparently the group's torture expert. And in terms of his abilities, I mean, he's considered one of the stronger members of that group. He has a double-edged sword that he keeps hidden. Speed, hand strength, he's capable of... 1 second here. That just jumped. He's capable of restraining Gon after the latter won an arm wrestling contest against Nobunaga. I don't know who that is, but I'm going to assume that's an impressive feat. Immense speed and reflexes, as we can see right here. He's literally, in the blink of an eye, just decapitating a bunch of people, and then there goes Domino for some reason. Maybe someone's here. Maybe my sister's here or something. I guess not. Just Domino's just acting up. But he's able to. He was apparently, when dealing with an attack from that was literally like a sound wave, so the speed of sound, he covered his ears in time to block, which means he can move definitely at the speed of sound, if not faster. Capable of creating multiple after images of himself. That's generally how fast he can move. Immense agility, immense stamina. As you can see right here, he's fighting a character known as Zazan. That could be pronounced Zacian as well. Who knows? Master Swordsman. He can redirect most of Zacian's attacks with a sword. He can exploit openings of the enemy's movements to land deadly attack, as well as perform multiple feints so quickly that Kaluto, a talented assassin, could barely count them. That being said, he believes in... I know I read... Where is it here? I think it was right up here. Since he rarely fights at full strength, he underperforms at the beginning of real fights, which may really hurt him in this fight. Master Torturer, too. He used a form of torture when he killed Zazan with his Pain Packer Rising Sun. Okay. Which we'll get to that in his Nen, which, that's the thing. I have, again, as someone who doesn't read or watch Hunter x Hunter, actually, you know what? Give me 1 second. Because I got Nen right here. What the hell are Nen? It's their powers. I get this. Like, their specific abilities. I get that. Nen is one of the defining features of the manga Hunter x Hunter by Yoshiniro Tagashi. It is a technique that allows a living being to use and manipulate their own life energy, known as aura. The term Nen can be used in conversation to refer to aura, a person's capability, capable of using Nen, controllably referred to as Nen user, blah, blah, blah. While those who cannot go by the name non-user, because one can craft a great variety paraphysical abilities through Nen. It's considered a dangerous power that you get from the public law. Okay, so essentially, it's kind of like your own personal power based on your own unique aura. This is why everyone has so many different abilities in the world of Hunter x Hunter. Okay, that makes sense now. His Nen is known as Natural Character Transmutation, is a powerful Nen user whose Rising Sun would be lethal to multiple members of Phantom Troop if they had stayed at a location where it was unleashed. It admitted that a character, Shizuku, made that she and the other Phantom Troop members almost died while trying to watch it. His Nen is a conjuration type transmutation called Pain Packer. Pain Packer is activated by his rage. He conjures a suit of armor that protects him from the effects of an ensuing technique. His aura output also receives a boost. Finks implies there are multiple variations of this ability that each has a different suit of armor. And then Rising Sun transmutes his aura into a scorching heat. Its power depending on the pain and injuries inflicted into him in a battle. The ability is manifested by emitting a ball of aura, transforms into a miniature sun that burns the victim to death. The more damage he has suffered, the hotter the fire, the longer it will burn. Rising Sun has a huge attack radius. While wearing his armor, he is not harmed by the heat and is supplied and is supplied a source of oxygen. Activation requirement of this ability may suggest it's, what does it say here? I can't read this. The font is dark on that. Okay, I don't know where that led me to. Counteractive? Is that what it? Yeah, okay, counteractive. So Fenn's a pretty powerful guy. So if we were to, and you know what, we'll just go right here to this image instead, because that's a better image. Yeah, that's a much better image than what I was using. So if these two met in a fight, who would win? I would imagine the fight would start with blades. Hiei could easily keep up with Feitan, though. So they would just be kind of back and forth, blade to blade combat. Unfortunately, Feitan, as it said, wouldn't be going all out from the beginning and probably would be underestimating Hiei. Hiei probably would be doing the same, but Hiei is honestly probably a much more skilled swordsman, as he's far older and has had far more experience than him. Because Hiei's age, if I'm not mistaken, he's not 100 years old, but he is like somewhere in that range. He's old. He's not young. We got a birthday for him. We don't have an age. He's the shortest character. I mean, I know he spent decades on the battlefield. That's the thing. Hiei is long lived. But I don't think they ever really got. And all again, speaking of badass imageries, that will be the image that we use for Hiei at the moment. Oh, that's small. I was hoping for a better image. I was hoping it would be bigger than that. Give me 1 second here. I want a better image for Hiei. Should have done this earlier. But so these guys would probably be duking out with their blades. For a while, it probably would be pretty, evenly matched with each other. He also has his actual demon form as well. Let's see here. Is there a better? Ooh, that's a great picture. Is that a big picture? Is that a big? There. Oh yeah, we're going with that one. There's the badass. That's what Johnny likes to see. Why I go a little Sean Connery, I don't know. So these guys are probably duking it out. Eventually, he would just be getting tired of this and just starts to blitz him a little bit more. And now Fenton's is on the back burner. Now he's actually struggling to keep up with Hiei. He decides to take it more seriously. They get about even keel again. Hiei starts to bring out some of his demonic moves, like the darkest flame. Takes the sword, he slices basically his sword in two, because that's enhancing his abilities with demon energy, and not to mention a hell flame. So now he's got to go into his pain breaker. What was it? Pain breaker? Was that what it called? Or pain back? The name of his armor. Crap, I blanked on the name of his armor there. It was Pain Packer. I was almost right. It was not Backer, but it was Pain Packer. Goes into Pain Packer, realizing that okay, I'm gonna have to kill you now. And then he has to say, fine, do your worst. And then they do it. They go clashing again. He goes into Rising Sun to just say goodbye, Hiei of the darkness flame. And then he's not very linguistic, so goodbye. And then Rising Sun, which Hiei just kind of was looking at, like, really? And then just, gets engulfed by it. It's like, it's over. It's like, you're right, it is over. And his eyes kind of bug out. Just sees Hiei just kind of standing there, just like, did you really think you could kill a fire demon with fire? And then just all of a sudden the band just come off and just see it's like, Dragon of the Darkness! Fire! Well, you know what? And then since I'm saying that right now, I got to get the right animation for that one. Hold on, seeing as we had a couple options there. One second. Where are you? There is. Let's get that. That's tiny. Well, Dragon of the Darkness Flame. There you go. And it kind of just bypasses all the fire. Let's get that picture. That's a much. Oh yeah, there we go. That's the money shot right there. Just that. By the way, I think that was the coolest. I think that was the coolest form the dragon ever took. Like this very sharp, almost very triangular faced, like snout and those kind of horns on the side. It was always a badass technique, but it kind of lost something design wise as the series went on just a little bit. But then, yeah, that comes in, just kind of engulfs him and just that you think you can stop me, my armor. Well, and the armor's just can't stand up to it because he isn't mortal. His powers aren't Nen. They are demonic. And this is Hellfire we're pretty much dealing with. I don't think Feitan can match up to Hellfire itself. So his armor gives out and he's pretty much incinerated and Hiei just walks away. Hiei wins this pretty much for just having far more sheer power and pretty much being immune to Feitan's best technique. That's basically it. If he wasn't immune to fire, Feitan might be able to pull a win off in these circumstances, but Hiei's just got better physicality, better skill overall with the sword, stronger fire techniques, stronger techniques in general, and is immune to his Feitan's best technique. So it's got to be Hiei. I think it's got to be Hiei in this case. What do you think? Do you think it's Hiei, or do you think Feitan here can actually pull out a win? I'm calling him Feitan. Oh wait, is that an? Oh no, that's an. Okay, that is an I. Or excuse me, that is an I. So yeah, Feitan. That's what I'm assuming his name is. You can correct me otherwise. But until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Ideas for who would win, Star Wars, Severe, Magic, what if, anything to do with the channel. Put that in the comments below as well. I'll get to that at some point. Our Q&A, a lot of people have been asking about it. It's finally up, so you can go and watch that whole hour and 40 minutes of that, where we really went off the rails on that. But anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.